Lauren Messervy.
Hi.
Well done for getting this far in the process. It started with a dissertation and ended up as an output from the studio. Your dissertation, in short, is about anxiety transferal.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
For me, it means realising your anxiety in an external way, in something visual like art or film. So you imagine the thing that you fear happening in your head anyway, but it's actually taking it out of your head and putting it onto a canvas or onto a film. It's just seeing it outside rather than just feeling it and imagining it in your head.
And what kind of anxieties are we just talking about?
In my dissertation, I look at collective anxieties around war and devastation that can cause to a whole country, or acts of terror, what that can do to a city, and also collective fears over just global warming and the environment and how it can completely devastate a city and what it can mean for a whole group of people. If something's happened in the past, then you're naturally going to have a fear about that event happening again. But equally, I think you can have fears about things happening in the future, just a rumour about global warming, and then you have a film like The Day After Tomorrow, which imagines these terrible things happening to New York and the rest of the world, which kind of came out of a lot of just talk about global warming around the time.
In terms of your output, what you've produced is an image that people want to look at and can't quite. What's that about?
The book is basically, it borrows the idea of exposure therapy from psychology, and I think what I found in my dissertation was that people do want to look at the object of fear, but they disguise it through dramatisation in style of film, and also through rationalisation, because it's a film, it's been made by somebody, it's a certain length of time, so there's a lot of controlled, where it's just a very controlled medium. You feel safe with it, but you do still want to see something unsafe and address something that you are scared of. So in my book and the images, I do show the image of fear, but it's very gradual and it's disguised through rationalisation and rationalised treatments of the image. Yeah, I found looking at the images and researching the images that I was going to use in the book quite an experience, an emotional experience, because some of them are very disturbing and distressing.
Like which ones?
Particularly the ones from the Holocaust I found, because I think when you do history in school, you hear about a large number of Jews were killed or whatever, but you don't truly register it until you see loads of photographs of just dead bodies, and you actually then begin to grasp just how many people died. And there's one particular image in the book which shows a Jew being shot over a mass grave, and he looks directly at the camera, and you just focus on this one victim out of this mass of victims, and it's just a very powerful image. And I found in my dissertation some theorists in disaster cinema, like Stephanie who identifies the fact that disaster film does provide us with a sense of reflection and allows us to move forward.
So when the viewer looks at your book, what part do they play in the experience? What do they do with your work?
As they gradually flick through the pages, they'll see an image gradually revealed. So to begin with, it might be unrecognisable, and it will seem completely safe and not at all scary. But as they flick through, it will become more clear, and the rationalised treatment of the image will proceed, and the true horror of the image will be revealed.
So they have kind of a kind of authorial control of how much they're exposed to.
Yeah, and how quickly they go through it as well. I feel like I'm adding to the discussion on the topic, and I'm actually experimenting with how the topic actually affects me, and so how I actually transfer my anxiety, or how I can make an audience transfer their anxiety through what I've made.